Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today we are going to dive into my passion planner and say goodbye. So it's going to be like a walkthrough of my passion planner classic that I've used for 4.5 months, maybe a teeny bit over 4.5. But if you follow me on my channel and on my Instagram at Amanda's Favorites, you know that I just started using ERIN CONDREN Vertical Neutral. I was just in the mood for a switch. I was just ready. I was ready for a switch. It's actually my first time to ever use ERIN CONDREN to plan in, and I will have some videos coming up after I've been in that for a little while, at least a few weeks, and I will be sharing with you how I'm planning in it, how I organize my days in it, and how that is going. But right now, I want to focus on my passion planner. I still love passion planner. I mean, I am just, a planner by hobby. And because of my channel, I'm probably, always going to be trying out different planners. So this year, I started out in InkWELL Press, and I have many videos on my channel, several videos about that. I started out in InkWELL Press Flex, which is her horizontal, and then I went into Passion Planner, and now I'm going into ERIN CONDREN. This is not going to be a review of like a walkthrough of Passion Planner. I have some of those on my channel, like a full review and walkthrough of Passion Planner. I have that. I will try to remember to link those videos below. And I have several videos about how I use it to plan. I'm going to talk a little bit about that here, but I'm just going to go into it and basically do a flip through to say goodbye. I use the front to put little sticky notes, so they're already cut down. I use the 2" by 1.5 inch. I cut them into thirds, and it's just an easy way you will see throughout my planner to mark things that that I'm not sure are permanent or are going to be on there, or I'm not ready to write them permanently. I did fill out the Passion Planner roadmap. I did fill that out. Did I check in with it all the time and really fully use it? No, I did not. I didn't really expect myself to, and I didn't really hold myself to that. But I wanted to fill it out to get a feel for like how it was, and I report on all that in my video. They give you directions on the Passion Planner roadmap. I love how you have several years at a glance. The year you're in, but you also have the next year and 2 more years. And that's because this is their undated passion planner. And so, they're going to sell their undated for a while, and they want to make sure you have the years coming up. But I actually like that all right there at a glance. Now, in the undated passion planner, you go right into your months. So all your 12 months are right up front in the undated passion planner. And the dated passion planner, that is not the case. In the dated passion planner, your months come, and then your weeks follow, and then a month, and then your weeks follow. So I actually prefer in a non-tabbed planner, without tabs, I actually prefer for all my months to be up front. So I prefer the undated and passion planner. I have not used the dated, but I have used other planners that do not have tabs. And when I'm advanced planning in my monthly views, I mean, it's a lot of flipping for me to find every month. But if all the 12 months are up front, I really like that, because then it's like you don't even need a tab. What I would do is have a small binder clip on the month that I was on, and then I would have a small binder clip on the week that I was on, and it was really easy for me to find wherever I was. Now, they do have a ribbon in Passion Planner. It's in there. It's all in this lime green. Every planner has that color because it's their Kickstarter color, and so they wanted to keep that. But I started in this planner on May 1. It's an undated, so what I did was assign every month a main color. So this one was kind of this fuchsia, and then my purple highlighter was kind of like went with it. So I kept track of monthly things here, and then I laid out my month like that. And in between every month, you have a monthly reflection. I think I only did that for 1 month. No, I did it for 2 months. Yeah, I filled out 2 months. I do so much other journaling. If you guys follow me, then you guys know that. I just didn't want to do something that felt really forced, and I just didn't feel like doing the monthly reflection here, I guess, past the first 2 months. I wanted to try it out at least for 1 month. I remember that. So I could like report to you guys in my videos and stuff. But past the 2 months, I didn't fill out the monthly reflection because I just do so much journaling, like I've talked about in other ways. And I like to do journaling that feels productive for me and that, you know, that I feel passionate about, that I don't feel forced about. I don't like to make myself do anything in my planners that doesn't really feel like it helps my life and that I genuinely want to do. So just because a planner is laid out a certain way, I often use it a very different way or don't fill in every box. Okay, so this was my month of June. We got to go to Estes Park in June, and that's why I have kind of like a mountain theme. And then in between was my second monthly reflection that I did. And then July, I of course gave red, white, and blue. August, I did like a grass green. September, I did a deep purple, and I used some ERIN CONDREN stickers in here, as you can see. So there are so many sticker companies that actually make stickers just for Passion Planner to fit. Chelsea Brown Designs on Etsy is one of my favorite. I will try to remember to link her below, but if not, it's Chelsea Brown Designs on Etsy. But you can also use ERIN CONDREN stickers and any other stickers in your Passion Planner, of course. I love the classic, which is the 8.5 by 11. It's a full size sheet of paper, and I just love the big size. They also have a compact size, which is half of this size. It's like an A5, and it's basically this page cut in half this way. I love how they give you 6 rows per month for your monthly weeks, because then you absolutely never have to half any of your day boxes. When the month doesn't line up right at the end, you know, and you have to half your day boxes for days, that does not work for me. That's one thing that I never like in planners because it doesn't give me enough room. I absolutely love, these are big boxes. They're rectangled, and I never have to half any. And I always number into the next month in case there's important events on the first couple days. So I could see that when I'm looking, and I just do that in a black. So it stands out that it's not part of this month, but it's the next month. Okay, you have plenty of room down here for your monthly to-do lists. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every part of this planner because I have a whole video on that. And then October, I never got to. I stopped in this about mid-September. And so I planned all ahead, though, through the end of the year. And I loved my October. I love orange. This is one thing I loved about this planner, is that you can make it, I could make every month, and I coordinated it. So like my October in there and my October in here is orange and coordinates. So it's easy for me to get that color in my head. And when I flip around, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, October was orange, and that just sticks in my head. I used more ERIN CONDREN stickers. Yeah, so I gave every month a color and carried that over into the weeks of the month. Okay, then you're going to come to, here's your monthly reflections, your mid-year passion roadmap, where you check back in with your goals and your roadmap here, because that was 6 months in right there, I guess, or no, what is it? How many months in was that? That wasn't 6, right? Because we were just May, June, July, August, September, October. Oh yeah, that was 6 months in. Okay, sorry guys. Apparently I'm a little bit tired this morning. Okay, so you have your mid-year passion roadmap 6 months in to check in, and then it goes right to the next month. So even though you do have in between your months, you have a monthly check-in, and then once a year you have that mid-year passion roadmap, you can still easily find all your months for advanced planning because they are right in the front. November, I gave a brown and orange theme to. And then December, I just did your classic red and green because I'm so classic like that and wanting the classic colors. I even went ahead and numbered to January, and I was like, I'm not very artistic. And that is like the cutest snowman I have ever drawn in my life. And I'm kind of sad that I'm moving out of this planner before I get to use him. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not an artist and I'm really not artistic. And he just happened to randomly turn out cute. But I will say I went ahead and went to January, but after I did that, I decided already that if I was staying in Passion Planner, I think I would start a new one in January. Like I said, I started this one in May because I am just someone who loves calendar year planners. Like I love a fresh start in January. And so I was going to start one over in January instead of this one ending in a weird spot in the year. Like it doesn't even end in the academic year. It would end in April. Yeah, my planner would have ended in April. And so I just decided, but I did like having the advanced planning so I could go ahead and look at January. And I went ahead and numbered February too, but didn't do any advanced planning in it. Okay, so then I have some blank months, and then they have an end of the year reflection. And then it goes into your weeks. And this is when I started it on May 6th. At the beginning, I used my timed columns right here. And so I would put my timed events and I would highlight them. But what started happening is all my to-dos went in between my timed events that I tried to highlight. And it just got really busy for me to look for my timed events. And I've talked about this many times in my videos, but I am a stay-at-home mom. I have one child in middle school and I have one child who I homeschool in 3rd grade, 2 sons. And my day really revolves around timed events. If I have timed appointments or events, everything else I have to flow and fix in between that. And, you know, I don't have timed events every day. So I decided this wasn't really working for me. And then it became my new method that I put all timed events. I drew a line around 9 a.m. I eventually moved it up to 10 a.m. I decided to just ignore the times, which many people do in their Passion Planner. They just use it as a running to-do list. Or some people only use the times. They only use it as time blocks. And the columns are not their to-do list at all. It's just down here that their to-dos are. So there are really so many ways to use a Passion Planner. And that is one of the things I love about it. You can put your stamp on it. It is like these blank black and white pages that are just like screaming for you to organize it the way you want to and for you to make it your own. And I love that it's that blank slate, that it is so versatile, especially the undated is so versatile because many people use the undated where they do a double week. So I would number this week the exact same, like this might be September 10th, you know, and then I start this week, September 10th. And what they would do is use one for work, one for home, you know, to get their work schedule separated. Or they would use one for like just their normal daily planning schedule and one for keeping track of their workouts and like their fitness and their food and their calories. So you, in the undated, you have that option to like double up your weeks. The undated is even more versatile, but it's a versatile planner anyway. So what I did was, yeah, I made it my own. I started drawing this line, and that line would represent any timed appointments I had that day or big thing I would write up here and highlight, and it would be kind of in the color of the month. And then just everything else that I needed to get done that day or needed to remember for that day fell down to here. And so I could always know just looking at the top of my week, like, oh, okay, Tuesday, I don't have anything, you know, and I can easily see, okay, this week, 1, 2, 3, I only have 3 timed appointments. So that was really helpful to me when I changed that, when I stopped using the time, because if so, I was coming here and I would write any timed appointments in my focus for the day, but it would only fit 1. And so like some days, like I have 2 timed things in this day, and then my to-dos would go in between, and it wasn't flowing for me. But that's why I love it, because you can use it however you want. I also printed out they have many free printables on Passion Planner. I printed out their habit tracker and I cut it down. It's much bigger, so you can use it however you want. I cut it down to how many habits I needed and to a smaller size, like this one's even smaller. And I use that in here. They have printables of their exact pages. You can also get for free, so you can try them out for free before you ever buy it. That's what I did. You can also print the compact size and the classic size. That's what I did. so you can decide which size you want. I absolutely love companies that let you have the free printables to print their page beforehand. I love that. I loved their good things that happened that week, because as the week went on, I would just fill in good things that happened. And it's nice to look back over it at the week. It took absolutely almost no effort. Just as things happen, I would fill it in. I liked this week's focus because it really made me think of looking at the week and thinking, what is my focus this week? I think this is the only time I taped in any movie tickets or anything. I'm not really someone who saves those type of things or keeps those, but you can see I did use some ERIN CONDREN stickers. Okay, I'm going to do a flip through of the rest now that I haven't showed you guys. We've kind of already flipped through May and June while I was talking. So I'm going to start right here just so you can kind of see how my pages are looking, and then I will speed it up for you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and flipped all the way through the end of the year here, and you'll see how I changed over. I just ended my December 31st in my December color and went into my January color of blue because I think of ice and snow, even though I live in Texas. And honestly, we haven't had a good snow in several years. We did have a couple years of really good snow and ice, but then the past like 3 years, we've had nothing pretty much. So anyway, but that's how I do it. And like I said, I would draw a line here about 10 o'clock. Also a good dividing point if you wanted to divide your page for anything is just they highlight the 12 o'clock noon hour. I'm not sure why, because that's your lunch hour or whatnot. But they do highlight that, so that's a good dividing point too. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. They do have a lot of notes pages at the end, which I have used for pen testing and such. They have 100 GSM paper, which does really well with every pen. As you can tell, I used pens, markers, highlighters, and really nothing bled through to bother me at all. So for the price of this planner, which the black is cheaper than the colored, I'm trying to remember. I believe this bigger black, the classic black, is $30 and the compact black is $25. And then the colors are $5 more each. But for the price of this planner, it really is, they have amazing paper. And they've even said, though, they're upgrading their paper in 2018. I think instead of this is 100 GSM, I think they said they're going to 120 GSM. So wow, I already thought this was good paper for the price. These are just some Tombos tested. And they have blank pages, and then they go into, I made kind of like a wish list of what I wanted to do in Estes Park this summer. They go into graph pages, which I like some graph pages. I'm just not a huge fan of their graph page, but that's just my opinion, but that's fine because they have blank too. So they have several graph pages, several blank pages. Actually, the compact has more extra pages in it. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's on their website. And then we have ended. The last page is just blank and tells you designed in California, printed in China. And then you get a nice accordion pocket, which I actually really love having back here. It's been very handy. And you have a nice band back here. My book has held up wonderfully. I don't take it a lot of places. It's gone in my bag about once a month probably. But as you can see, it's really fanned out because what my planner takes a beating with is it lays open on my desk in the kitchen probably 98% of the time, like lays open there. And I was wondering how the binding would hold up, you know, just every week it lays open on my desk there, open constantly. But this binding has held up wonderfully. I've not had one problem with the binding. So I have actually loved the Passion Planner company. I've loved what they stand for. I have had just great, I've had a great experience with my Passion Planner. I don't have anything to complain about, honestly. with my passion planner. I mean, other than them, if they design some different ones, I would love them to take off or add an option where you don't have the times here. Just an option one where that's just, you know, a line, a column divider, and not so thick, so then you even have more room. So, I mean, that's really my only thing. I would also like these boxes where you write the number, because, you know, you have to go in and date it. And I would just like my date to be bigger. Not only is it kind of hard for me to write in that tiny box with a marker, but I would actually just like to see my date bigger at the top of my page, because I just like dates to stand out. So honestly, I mean, if I was giving them like what I wanted changed, those are my main things, is to make the date box like a lot bigger. I would just say extend it out a little here, cut the day of the week off here, and just make that all white, where you can fill in your date as big as you want there. So like cut it off, and then your white extends up. You could write your number even bigger. But other than those few things of just personal preference, my passion planner has held up. I have loved it. I can honestly say I've enjoyed my time in it, and I can totally see myself going back to passion planner at some point. I really can. It has been one of my favorite planners that I've ever used. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Somebody did ask me to plan how I would have planned in college in my passion planner. That was for a pen test video. And I did do a spread, and I have a whole video on that. I did a spread back here for a week. It's been a long time since I've been in college, but I did based on what I remembered. And here it is. So there's my college week spread. And if you want to hear my ideas on how I would probably plan when I had been in college and working, you can check out that video. I will try to remember to link it below. I honestly, if I had to recommend one planner for a high school or college student, I would recommend Passion Planner. I would have loved to have Passion Planner in high school or college. It is slim, whether you use the compact or the classic size. It fits in a backpack. There are no coils or O-rings to get messed up or caught on anything. And actually the layout of it for a school or school work combination schedule, to me, is just perfect. I honestly haven't come across a planner that, in my opinion, is better for, you know, middle school, high school, college. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for following me along, and I will see you next time. Happy planning, friends.